I think both teams cancelled each other out. Both defences were brilliant. People cuss off Gyökeres. Yeah. Another Liverpool fan said, come up to me straight afterwards. Yeah, Gyökeres. I said, what about Ekitike?
Ekitike didn't do
nothing. He got locked. Right? He got locked. He goes.
Salah did nothing.
Fair play.
Did nothing.
That's why as a neutral game.
Gakpo was pretty poor. The whole front three was poor.
Their whole front three was locked down. Their midfield was locked down, but it was kind of the two teams cancelled each other out.
I do think,
and the difference in the game, the difference in the game was an unbelievable free kick. Let's be real about it. That's what the difference is. But at the end of the day, which this is where you have to hold it as an Arsenal fan, particularly you have to hold it as Mikel Arteta, is that your tactic from the start of the game, you've put Mourinho in there, right? It's a bit like the other day when you guys went to City, you're playing with three defensive midfielders, but it's worked. So no one's going to say nothing. Now it's a masterclass, it's brilliant. But if it don't work, if you end up losing the game now, then you're going to get that criticism about not attacking, and you have to hold it.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean, and I do also feel that some of the players, in particular, I don't want to single him out, but Martinelli, you've got to execute things better. There was one time in the first half. You've got to single him out. You're running right through, bro. And I'm like, right, just keep going, bro. And he just stopped and cut back. And I was like, what is this? What are you doing? There was a couple of the forward players guilty of that. You know what I mean? Maybe they needed to be a bit braver rather than, as putting it so much on the manager. But at the end of the day, he picked that team. He picked Mourinho. He's gone with that change. You're either going to end up being a genius, or you're going to get cussed because you should have gone more attacking. We've lost the game. You're going to get cussed. But, bro, looking at that game, there was nothing in that game. There was nothing.
There was nothing.
That's the facts of the matter.
I wasn't impressed with any team.
And sorry, just to say, the one thing for me that a bit like with Flex when they played us, you got to take positives out. The one thing I'm going to take as a positive out of it is that finally I can see Arsenal got a good squad. And that kid Mosquera came in.
Yeah, he's really good, man.
And he was excellent. And I've been watching him all pre-season and he's looked excellent. And I was just thinking to myself, a few years ago, that would have been Rob Holding coming in or somebody like that. And we would have got battered up there, right? Simple as that. But we've got now a good squad. There was no Saka, but I thought Madueke done really, really well. He's definitely on that right-hand side. He can definitely, do really, really well on that side. I think we're seeing now that we've got a good squad. Even the players that we were able to bring on, you could bring on Odegaard, you could bring on, Eze, and there's going to be more players to come back. So I think Arsenal have got a good squad, and we definitely got more options up front because we didn't bring on Trossard and people like that. So that's what I take out of it. It's very even, but then, of course, they've gone and got Isak in now as well. And listen, bringing in Isak is a fantastic signing. It's a game-changing signing, but it's not a given that you win everything. We've seen with Real Madrid. They went and got Mbappe and all that.
Yeah, still got to make it work.
Barcelona weren't really able to buy anybody. Still had to stick with players like Rafinha, who they were trying to get rid of, remember? Right? And then ended up winning the league pretty easily. So it's not a given, but listen, we have to admit, bringing in Isak, Mark Gay, those are two fantastic signings. And the business that they've done this summer has been unbelievable.
Performance-wise, we haven't necessarily done that. There's been holes still. But the stats on the table are we're the only team who's played 3 games, won all 3, just got Isak, we're getting Gahey. Life is very, very, very beautiful right now to be a Liverpool fan. And I will put the pressure on us. We should now go and win this title. Of course we should. And I'm happy and I'm comfortable with that pressure. And I do believe we will. So champions mentality, that's what gets us over the line. We find a way. And, and Arsenal didn't really have, apart from a couple of moments where they obviously get round the player, they didn't have that killer finish or the final touch to get a goal. So now that the game's done, all I'm saying is I don't care about any of it because we won the game 1-0.
You just go on and keep winning. I do think looking at so obviously without the bias of I don't want you to win the league. If I just look at it, I've always had Liverpool favourites for the reason. But when I look at when you in the opening exchanges of the season, you kind of want to look at the others to see who's going to bridge that gap, who's going to be able to outdo them. And what's a bit dejecting is seeing you not really the 3 games. Like I said, it's questionable. You could have easily have not won each game, right? Bournemouth, Newcastle United and this. And then you go, right, so the next in line should be Arsenal. How have they been performing? You go, okay, they got the win at Old Trafford, but it's first game, they weren't great. They mashed up Leeds like they're meant to, and then there's this one. So I still think it's probably a bit early, but it feels like you might not even have to be that great again to win this league.
Because if that's the second best, then we're going
but it's so early.
I think it's too early, man. And I think
Okay, would you say your prediction have changed? Arsenal
But
finish?
Robbie's winning the treble. He said Champions League.
I said from time they're the favourites, right? People be cussing. These are trying to put me under pressure to say this and that, right?
Like you did to me.
They're the favourites, right?
Has it gone up even more now with them 2 signings?
But I think it's going to be a close run thing.
What do you think? Now you see Isak and Gahey, do you think?
Yeah, of course.
That's
That's improves them a lot again. You know what I mean? But I think it's going to be a close run thing. I think I looked at the 2 teams yesterday, right? Arnie Slot said, he goes, that's what he said afterwards. He goes, that's my first team apart from Frimpong. Mm-hmm. He goes, that's the only person really, or Bradley that was missing, right? And it was an even game. And remember, we were missing certain players. There was no Saka in that game. There's still players to come in. Saliba came out after 3 minutes. I think it's going to be an even thing. They got to come to the Emirates.
But last year you took 4 points off them.
Yeah,
well, actually, you lost this one. But you got a draw and then beat them in Emirates, and you was nowhere near them.
I think it's going to be an even thing. But I think, no, I'm not looking at that game in particular. I'm just looking at and thinking Arsenal now have more. The big problem with Arsenal last season was the lack of firepower, right?
I think it was your creativity.
Because we basically lost the same amount of games as they did. But we drew so many games, right? And I feel now there's more firepower with your Eze's and people like that. That's going to help Arsenal to turn a lot of those draws into wins. So it's going to be close. It's going to be close.
Lee Judges says that Odegaard's becoming a problem now. Do you agree with that?
He was having a go at Odegaard. It's gone on for about 10 minutes. I mean, bloody hell. You know what I mean? Listen, I think Odegaard's... no, let's wait and see. Last season, he was poor. Without a doubt, he was poor. But I think, let's wait and see how he... I'm not making... You heard me... What excuses have I made?
You just said we had no Saka, Saliba went out.
I didn't.
Champions find a way to win.
No, actually, what I
didn't find a way this year or last
year,
the year before, the year before.
Just because you can rewind it back and see, right?
Okay. Well, I just
actually what I did say is I'm happy with my squad. I'm happy with how the players have come in and performed and stuff like that. My striker will get better.
Okay.
I mean, just like Ekitike had an absolute stinker as well.
Well, he's already scored 3 goals.
No, he scored 2 goals in the Premier League.
Okay. In
his first 2 games. The same as Gyökeres, yeah?
Against St James's Park away.
Clumsy.
At home.
Ekitike is clumsy, mate.
Yeah, Stu, where are you now, you sausage?
Gakpo was missing.
He is clumsy.
Ekitike was missing.
I can't lie.
Salah was missing. I'm not going to diss none of them.
But guess what?
I'm not going to diss none of them.
So I don't
care. Yeah, you won.
I don't care. So angry.
Rubbish.
You won.
Salah
just...
You know out, bro.
I'm so angry.
You know what he just said?
I don't want either of them to win. I don't want either of them to win it. I've had enough. I don't want either of them to win it. This is why we need to be involved.
Why don't you just go with what you just said, Alex, right? You don't care. Let's just say that. Don't try and say I'm making excuses, because I'm not. You're spreading fake news, bro. Right? You're spreading. Just say that you played crap.
The news is that Liverpool are top of the league.
Exactly.
That's the news.
Well done.
So what do you want to do? Do you want to try and
but
get
the league's
us?
not over yet.
And if we're so bad yesterday, why didn't you beat us then?
Is the league over?
Why didn't you beat us?
Is the league over?
Should have beaten us then, man.
3 games in,
Should have
Is the
beaten
league
us.
over?
Why?
I hate these.
And then you're going to get
you watched
21
it,
in this manner. Because you know what's going to happen? I just know what they're going to do, bro. They're just going to keep winning games like this. And fair play. They did it last year. They could be got out last year.
That's what we do.
But Chelsea, bro, you can get involved in this, It's not hard.
Did you see what we're doing in the last few days of this window? Buonanotte! Mark Yu from Sunderland's recalled.
Viva Garnacho.
Jackson's in Senegal. And Garnacho.
Yeah.
I want to be involved.
Not with them lot, you won't.
Fuck! Sorry. Sorry, Robbie. Sorry.
That's proper clear as well, that one. Demonetised straight away.
Going mad right now.
No cash. That's coming out of your wages, that is. Don't worry about that. But listen, man, just before we leave it, big win for Liverpool. Massive start. Arne Slot gets it done. The clean sheet was the big bit for me. That was the bit that I was like, I'm really impressed with that today. We just stopped Gyökeres, gun jam up. Didn't have any problems to deal with when it came to him. Konate and Virgil just dealt with him. We have got Alexander Isak. the man that you wanted for years. You were chasing down his number plate on his car. Well, how did he get on yesterday? Lost, didn't he?
Did all right.
So that's good.
He played well, though.
But
I think he played better than Wirtz.
For the neutral that looks at optically at this signing of Isak and Guehi today, is the kind of quick, easy, lazy thing to do? They're going to win the league. They're going to walk it.
Yeah.
Is that the easy thing to say now?
I think that's a sensible thing to say. I don't think it's a dumb thing to say. Liverpool have no excuses now. Like, there's literally no excuse. I think 100%. Your team is literally packed, and you've softened and blown all your problems. But yeah, Isak is a great signing, bro, and Guehi as well. And he ended his Crystal Palace career with that worldie.
Wow, what a goal! What a
bro,
goal.
the league's finished, man.
Because you can't even be like,
cooked.
stylistically,
it's done.
tactically, how do they fit?
The league's finished.
It's like walks into that team, man.
Exactly.
Just put Ekitike on the bench, bro. The thing is, I've been saying, like, Liverpool have how well run they've been, and they've done it the right way. It's not like someone just bought them and got some money on the side and thing. They've done this in the right way.
They didn't do no business last year.
They didn't do no business last year, so they got big bread to spend. And to go and spend it how they've spent it, I was saying this morning, I was like, is this the best transfer window
ever?
Yeah. I think
it's
it's not going to be far off. Obviously, there's some people there's some people that have signed for clubs and then they go on to achieve amazing things. So you think back to the day that said player signed. But in recent history, like that, in terms of what you need and the types of quality that you've brought in, and not all for stupid prices. You look at Kirkes and Frimpong, very, very good business. Okay, you have to go pay premium for someone like Isak. You have to pay premium for the money. But you got the money and the players that you've sold, bro. Yeah. Like, there's still the net
225 million,
bro.
We've made.
So it's not even like, wow, they're affording to do this. So that's one thing. And then on top of that, you just look at the quality that you've brought in, and it's like, you haven't even clicked yet. You haven't even just hit full tilt. You got Mo Salah playing like that. Virgil van Dijk's going to do Virgil van Dijk things. He's solid. And then you go and get Guehi as well, 35 million. This time last year, they're turning down bids for 70 million from Newcastle. 4 of them, 4 bids. You've waited, won the league, and come back and collected quality like that. Listen, I said this, the league's done, bro. The league's done. They don't even need to be that good to do it, but now they elevate to that level with Isak and Guehi. Forget it.